Welcome to No Ordinary 90, where football is more than a result. The game goes deeper than the final score. Passion to precision. This is football with substance.
Hey, can't help but to reminisce. Who remember the Martinelli that came to Arsenal, who was basically providing or contributing in every aspect of the game? There are some parts that are still there, but some that are pretty much currently missing. And you beg to ask the question, what's going on with Martinelli? Is it a dip in form? Is the expectation too high? What? Is too much pressure to perform? Man, I remember when he came. I don't know if as a kid you used to have those toys that you would, like a car or whatever, you would just wind the bottom and then just let it go and it would just roam around or just run around. That was Martinelli. But he was more of like a more result oriented kind of guy. I remember those goals. I remember him like just running through defenders like they couldn't stop him. He was just fearless. But no, you just gotta ask the question, what really happened? I know he got a lot more left in him. And I know he loves Arsenal. I know I don't want to see him get sold or a case where he leaves Arsenal. But I just want to see him back to his best. So I'm taking a dive into what I think he can do to improve or what I've observed. Because I think he still has a lot to contribute. Welcome back to No Ordinary 90, where football is more than a result. Today we are talking about Gabriel Martinelli. The Brazilian winger is electric on his day, but let's be honest, he hasn't quite hit the heights Arsenal fans expect of him currently. So, what's going wrong and what does he need to improve? Gabriel Martinelli, I remember when he burst onto the scene, he had pace, directness, drive. He had the zeal and the zest and that fearless edge. The season before, I remember, he was one of Arsenal's most dangerous players, constantly running at defenders and chipping in with crucial goals. I know he was injured last season, and that might be a factor, but lately his end product hasn't matched the effort. He's been less clinical in front of goal, and his decision making in the final third has been inconsistent. So, when you look at it, what needs improvement? What do you think needs improvement? To take the next step, Martinelli needs to sharpen up in 3 primary areas. 1 is finishing. He really gets in some great positions and some areas, but I believe he needs to be more ruthless in front of goal. 2 is decision making. He needs to figure out when to take on a man, when to pass the ball, when to shoot, when to move in space. 3, consistency. He cannot go missing for long stretches in a game. Arsenal need him active for 90 minutes. At least I say 70%, 70 minutes. Give us 70% of the Martinelli we had when he just came. I know with Leandro Trossard extending his deal and the arrival of players like Eze, Martinelli's spot isn't guaranteed. That competition though should drive him to improve, but it also means Arteta won't hesitate to rotate him or rotate Martinelli if he doesn't deliver. So, I know he's still young. He still has a lot of stuff to offer. He's very talented and still one of the most exciting players in the Premier League. But if Arsenal are going to push for the title this year, compete in the Champions League, and push for those titles, fight with City in the Premier League and Liverpool, all the other clubs that have made improvements, he has to raise his game again. He has to go back to the Martinelli we know. What do you think, Arsenal fans? Is this just a dip in form? Or does Martinelli need to evolve to stay current in the starting 11? This is No Under 90, where football is more than a result. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share. Share your thoughts below in the comment section. Does Martinelli need to improve, or we are just overreacting? Let us know. Peace.